All right. Let me get on to some explaining before we head straight on into the match. So, as you all know, this is round 2.
Right.
When we enter round 2, some things change. One, whoever won the voting stage will get their stuff. 2, we are removing difficulties. F tier difficulty, F as in Fred, has been removed. Meaning the difficulties will slowly get harder until only the really hard ones are left.
No.
But are we guaranteed to make it to all the way to S only?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, how many rounds are we gonna have?
There are 3 rounds.
So we're only gonna make it up to.
Oh no. The next round, some others, like who knows? Maybe 2 will be removed next time. Maybe 1. Who knows?
Oh, nice. Neat.
So it does get progressively harder. And we are now switching categories. We have left the utility category and are moving into the defensive category.
Ooh. Yes.
The defensive category is going to be all about how well you can defend whatever's going on. It's focused mainly on how well the defense is, how well you can get out of a fight, how healthy you get out of a fight. Whatever it's going to be focused around defense.
Okay.
And if everything is good, I think we're all ready.
Would you take the best defense is a good offense as a viable defense?
Yes, but it also depends on the objective. Like if your objective is protect a cupcake, and you
Beat the cupcake into nothing. I don't think that is very protective of the cupcake.
Well, I'm saying like if you protect the cupcake and your strategy is beat the hell out of my opponent, you didn't protect the cupcake. You just beat the hell out of your opponent.
But the cupcake is protected because there's nothing else to be.
Now let's say, how do you protect the cupcake? Oh, gangs of people are coming to get it. Oh, I kill them all. That's a good defense.
Sorry, I just had an idea of just somebody randomly, just brutally assaulting somebody over just a cupcake, just out of nowhere. It's like the cupcake's just right there, and somebody takes it while they're fighting.
This is my cupcake.
But if that's it, I think we are ready to start. Are you ready, Golden?
Yes, I am ready.
Lawyer?
Yes, I'm ready. Yes.
Super, are you
don't
ready?
even need to ask. You don't even need to ask.
All right, then. We're starting off. This is the first match of round 2. Lawyer versus Super. My throat. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right. So I do want to announce that the winner of the voting stage is in this match. It was kind of a close call. Surprisingly, both of you had nearly even votes.
Okay.
Nice. All right. I see. Of course, the Twitter poll closed right as 5-5.
Lawyer, you won the iFunny poll.
I did.
Super, you won the Instagram poll.
Yeah.
And you both tied the Twitter poll.
Laurier won.
Now you won.
No, you won because you got the more votes
Now you got more votes.
Yep.
on iPhone though, right? Because we tied on.
You got more on Insta.
Yep. Super is
Oh.
the winner. Yeah, Super is the winner of the voting stage. Mainly
yeah.
because on Instagram, you got more votes. You got more votes than Lawyer did. Lawyer got 12% of the votes, while you got 87.
Oh, neat.
Oh gosh, how many people do you have on Instagram?
I got my sister, like my sister's friends to do it. I got my friends to do it. I got
Dang.
one of my friends that has an account for her cat, so she voted with that one as well.
Dang. Someone
Yeah.
someone even DM'd me saying, "Oh wait, no, someone DM'd me voting for lawyer."
I didn't know how to vote. I did not know how to vote. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I still don't know how to vote on Instagram polls.
You have to. His poll was on his highlights, so he had to go to his main page, press on highlights, and then vote for
I
whoever
did-
you wanted. To.
And I realized that, you know what, maybe it was a little hard to do this like that. So what I'm going to do is next time I will just post the things, making it a little easier. But either way, Super, you did come out on top. Now, because you did not win by a huge margin, you do not get the super thing, but you still do get something.
Nice.
Super, your prize for winning this whole stage is armor.
Oh, sweet.
This armor reduces pretty much any source of incoming damage coming at you.
Can I also get like? Does it include a helmet with like a visor?
If you want.
Yeah, I would love that because that would really lower my chances of blinking due
Ah.
to sand.
That. Sadly, I cannot include that. I thought you were just going for style points.
Oh,
Yeah, it has everything. It covers everything except your eyes.
Yeah.
specifically my
Reverse
eyes.
swimsuit.
It's the worst piece of armor I ever had.
Swims. Gosh, no, that'd be bad.
So you get this. This reduces pretty much all sources of incoming damage coming at you. Not by a lot, but by a noticeable amount. Also,
Do I keep the armor for the
Wait.
rest of the tournament,
new.
or is it? Oh, it's just for this round.
You've
then.
got to win this round.
Okay.
You say, what's it called? You say all incoming forms of attack, right?
There are exceptions.
Do you mean, okay, like, you mean physical attack? You don't mean, like, mental attacks, like psychic?
Yeah,
Magic
like
energy.
if you are psychically attacked, that armor's not going to help you. If you're punched, it's going to help you. If you start drowning, it's not going to help you.
Oh man, I was really hoping to breathe through my visor.
If this is a water stage, you will die. Like, no
Alright.
joke. Just straight to sink to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Armor is
that's-
incredibly heavy, yeah.
Lawyer,
not-
Yeah.
lawyer, your
Yeah.
power is not an exception.
What?
There was a
Hold
bit
on.
there was a bit of thought about it because the recoil damage does just suddenly appear and hurt you. And it was a real tough thought because it doesn't hurt you, but at the same time the armor is still there coating him pretty much.
We still have yet to describe, like, where the pain comes from, or
So-
like, why.
Which is why we came up with this solution. Your power half and half doesn't work.
It just doesn't work at all.
No, half and half. So
Oh,
you're
but either
if he uses his power and you use yours on him, it works. But let's say you amp the recoil and slam him into a wall, he's resistant to that.
Oh, yeah, yes, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So
Okay,
you
so if
are
I-
and
if
you aren't resistant.
If I punch him, I will not be resistant.
And that's where we're going to get into this. So, starting off, why don't you both explain your powers? Lawyer, we'll start off with you.
All right. I have the power of recoil. Every time that my opponent uses their ability, I can cause pain scaling to with their percentage of their power. If they use 100% of their power, I can hit them with the hardest recoil they'll ever feel. If they use 2%, it's going to hurt them 2% of their power, but just back at them. I can only use this on enemies. I cannot lower the recoil, and I cannot.
Lawyer, can you restate that, starting back on what you can use it on? I'm sorry, my bad.
I can only use it on other things that is not myself. And I cannot lower recoil in the slightest. I can only amplify it. I cannot amplify recoil with anything with me. I cannot. If I punch something, I can't increase the recoil on it because I am a key factor of it.
Also, if he gets punched, he cannot increase it either.
Yeah.
Pretty much as long as it involves him, he can't do anything.
So if I were to blind him with my laser pointer, would that recoil on me?
Light has no recoil. However, Super, explain your power.
Okay. My power is the power of illusions. I can essentially create whatever I want with light, but it has no heat. It has no real physical presence. And if I blink, it disappears. I have to keep eye contact with where I want it to be. And after the illusion is created, it will hover around.
I'm
the
sorry.
area
Can
it
you
has
start?
been made.
Can you start back at eye contact?
I have to keep eye contact with where I want it to be for it to manifest in that place. And if I blink, it disappears. And once the illusion has been made, I can either manually control it or have it automatically hover around the area that it has been manifested in.
Question.
Yes.
Would this be okay, with your ability, I'm gonna ask Super himself.
What's
Right,
up?
Super, are you constantly focusing on this ability? Are you constantly having to use this ability, or is it a one and done?
I believe it's a one and done. I don't have to make it. So if I were to say I wanted to create a illusion of a hamburger, right? I could just be like hamburger, and then I'd be like, you stay there, and it'll just stay there, and I can just go off and do whatever.
But if you would have to move it, that would be causing to use your ability again. Would that not?
Yeah, if I were to manually move it, if I were to say hamburger, you have to float in a circle here for X amount of time. It'll float in that circle there, and then it will stop.
Lawyer, I
then-
know what you're getting at. Super's wrong in this case.
Oh,
Oh, I am.
Yeah. You see, because lawyer does damage based on when you use your power. You are keeping that illusion there.
Okay.
Meaning that as long as that illusion's out, lawyer's gonna hurt you.
Okay.
constant stream of pain that goes through your armor because
Yep.
it is your power.
Yep.
Simply.
So, does he have to know when I manifest my power? Like, if I were to say I created an illusion of, I threw something at him, and then let's say I throw 2 things at him, but I make an illusion of me throwing 3 things at him. Does he know that it is there, and his power will automatically recoil onto me?
Wouldn't it-
Or does he,
would-
or does he
would-
have to actively know that I am using an illusion?
This is a good question. Like, it begs the question: do I is this part of my ability that I can sense when somebody else is using their ability?
You
Because
cannot.
That's the only time I can use my ability, though. So what happens if I try to use recoil on just someone who's not using an ability?
Nothing happens.
Just. But do I feel something when I use it against somebody using their ability?
Yeah, you know when it works. You know when it works, and you know when it doesn't work.
Ah. But there's no recoil to me if I fail and try.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Because I can't use
Normally,
recoil on myself.
normally it's pretty easy to tell with people like Echo, since it's pretty obvious when he uses it. But on people like Super, where it's illusion based, this is where it's gonna be a little tricky because everyone's intelligence and perception is the same. It's gonna be a little hard unless Super makes it pretty obvious he's using an illusion.
Well, true.
So, let's get on with the match. So, the match that you two will be fighting in a... Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You two will be fighting in a defense match. This match is going to be defense against the natural elements.
Oh no. Okay.
Pretty much, how well can you guys defend yourself against tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, acid rain, all of the above. You live in California. How do you keep yourself from dying?
My power cannot help me here.
Oh, are we together? Can
Yes,
we just kill
you are both together. Now, I am not done yet. The playing field will slowly shrink. Meaning that, think of like a Fortnite storm or something. You guys are going to have less and less ability to stand on there and less room to move around.
Well,
this is B tier difficulty, meaning
What's the rank?
I'm not there yet. This is B tier difficulty, meaning that these aren't some terrible dust devil thingies that are going around or anything. These B tier tornadoes are going to be hefty. They're not like Hurricane Katrina level, but they look like your pretty average tornado. Maybe a little bit less stronger. So have fun with that. Your location is going to be a graveyard.
Okay, that's great.
Back at it again at the grave.
Back at it again with the graveyard. Are there civilians this time?
Hold up.
Is this like an actual graveyard? Like, are there actual dead bodies here, or is it just like a fake one?
Wait, hold up.
There's
Sea
nothing
to forest. Desert to graveyard. Oh, I didn't cross out the graveyard.
What?
My bad.
Yeah. Oh, do we no longer graveyard?
No graveyard no more?
Yep. Pause real quick. Golden, Judge Booth. Give me another number, 1 through 15.
15. 14.
A canyon.
Oh,
Okay, going back up.
Well, yeah, who don't have physical manifestations of their power. The worst situation for them to be in.
All right.
Oh, look, it's a tornado. I can make it look as if it's not there.
Can you do it that big?
I don't even think. Oh, you can make an illusion of the sky. I can see.
Okay, so that's one thing that I was wondering. Would I be able to make like an illusion of like 40 of me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Well, wait, 40 of you?
Yeah, in like
Alright.
a circle, we'd all be connected by like it would be essentially one illusion because we would be connected by like some sort of rope or something.
No, remember that you can only make one illusion at a time.
It is one illusion. It's just one really big connected
Oh,
illusion.
I see what you're saying. Yes, you can do that.
Awesome.
Still, more people equals more pain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What if it's like low resolution?
If you make a giant square.
Super low resolution, like polygons of people.
1 pixel.
So, the location you guys are fighting in is a canyon. Think of the Grand Canyon. Large,
Okay.
open, rocky areas. You guys are in the bottom of it. Have fun with that when the earthquake set in.
Yeah.
Great.
It in, and then we're just
I mean, I think you
Yeah.
guys are pretty safe from the tornadoes. I don't know.
I mean-
I don't know how the heck hurricanes got in there, but those will also have lessened effects. Acid rain, have fun. Mainly just the earthquakes.
rain. That's gonna be fun right there, where all the rain
Wait,
goes
does my
down.
armor help against that?
Yes.
Acid rain? Awesome.
Anything,
in it-
all the weather, your armor is already helping against.
Okay.
But wait, could I steal the armor?
Yes.
All right.
Damn it.
The problem is, it's a little hard to do that. Mainly people with stealing powers have a great ability on doing that.
Oh,
Because there are stealing powers.
does anybody have any?
Either way, Golden, do I have your initial thoughts on how this is going to go?
it's very interesting how a
This is
weather's
good.
natural survive the natural disasters is gonna go in a canyon.
Yeah,
Pretty interested to see how that's gonna go.
not to,
Ooh,
it's
Got it.
kind of funny too on how like Lawyer and Super at first glance, neither of them have anything to do. And maybe it is that way. We'll find out.
It's like out of all the powers, like which ones are the biggest and the flashiest? I'm pretty sure I'm the lowest. Echo, I think. Actually, I don't know.
I'd say
Yeah, Echo
going flashiest, I would say it would be Echo. Actually, I would probably say Super.
Yeah, Super, because he has light manipulation, which is flashy. Like,
I guess that's flashy. Yeah, I could make you a hamburger. I could make you an illusion of me making you a hamburger.
hamburger. An illusion of you making me a hamburger.
An illusion of you being happy.
That doesn't exist. All right, lawyer. Your move. So let's start
Somebody
you
would
off
like
with the
to.
first question. Lawyer, how will you complete this objective?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
Mostly, it will be. Can you name every single thing that's happening? Acid rain, earthquake, tornado,
Hurricane.
hurricane.
That's pretty much it.
A cataclysm. Yeah.
When you
All
say
right.
acid rain, do you mean like actual acid that's raining, or do you just mean acid rain as in like it's like slightly rain that just does away with buildings over time, like the actual acid rain that we have?
Like actual acid rain. Not like our realistic acid rain. Like if I touch this, I will die.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
We
Is
bumped
the
it up
earth-
just a little bit for heroes.
Is the earthquake happening right now?
All of them are happening at once. Remember, it's not a move thing like I punch, then he blocks, then I do this. It's how can I win the overall amount of times? How do I give my case that I win most times out of 100?
Well, I will simply say the one thing that I can do, and that is run. If I'm gonna do anything, to be honest, rain to earth. I'm in the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Tornado's not gonna hurt me that much. The tornado, no. The tornado. I'm canceling this out because it's gonna be on top of the Grand Canyon. Unless you're gonna just spawn one right in the center of us and be like, good luck.
No, you guys will see these coming, except the earthquake.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the one thing that I have an advantage on that Super doesn't. Movement. Armor is very hard to move in. So
No.
I would
By the way, how heavy is this armor?
It's like your super suit. You don't worry about it.
Okay.
okay.
There goes lawyer strategy.
And he just said he didn't get that much of a good boost, but now he has super armor. Alright, that's fine. I'm not salty about this.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's funny enough, if Super won more of the polls, he would have gotten better armor.
This isn't good enough.
Oh no, it can get way better.
Really? Okay. Next time for the polls, I'm just gonna go out and ask people to vote for me on Instagram.
You're gonna like hold out your phone. Hey, Super here, coming live to you from New York. Hey, you want to vote for Super?
Like, well, vote for what? Well, you see, it's a competition on our Discord server, right? And I essentially role play with these other like people who are like in different places and they're like in the central PM.
Just go to your local comic book store, and I'm fairly certain that you can get a bunch of votes. Either way, lawyer. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Lawyer, what do you say?
It'd be running and ducking for cover, to be honest. My ability is recoil. Like, what am I supposed to do? If I increase the recoil of the rain, like, how's that gonna help? Like, I could maybe increase the recoil of the rain on one specific spot.
I don't really think that does anything. If anything, you just kind of make it tick.
Question: who is making these events happen? Because if he could just recoil it, whoever's doing it would just die.
Yes.
Uh,
Recoil on the
The
God-
judges.
God
he
is
recoils
God
on
is
the
making it. Let's assume this is all
recoils on God.
machine operated.
Okay, so
I-
you
I-
recoils
I-
on the
I-
machine.
Well-
What you can do now?
Well, no, that's if someone's using a power, it goes back and damages them.
Okay, so it's only if somebody
Increasing
uses the power?
increasing the recoil on the raindrops, it's just gonna make it hurt you more when the raindrops hit.
Yeah, I'm going to simply do my strategy of surviving would probably be lift a rock over my head that's going to protect from the rain. And when that rock is done, pick up a separate rock. Because
You're gonna have
Yeah.
to find quite a few flat rocks.
it doesn't have to be flat, it just has to be a rock or big enough.
Lawyer 2020.
I don't know what that means, but alright. But see, since I have no way to particularly help myself, I'm going to then help myself not be completely gone. I'll be making the recoil affect the natural resources, the natural disasters. I will increase them around the area of super.
All right, that'll be more for question 2. I like that, but still good to keep in mind. Super. Let's move to you.
So honestly, don't have too much I can do here either with my power. I'm gonna either have to find an outcropping that's stable enough that the earthquake. By the way, how strong is is this earthquake?
B tier. We're not talking like leveling city type deal, but also like it's gonna friggin' hurt.
I assumed that like that cave you saw, it's gone now. That type.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to go under anything because
Not it can't destroy a city, but it can destroy like a good fourth of a city. Maybe a half.
that's
Okay.
why I didn't go to a cave because it could just collapse upon you.
Would an outcropping instead of a cave work better? Like, let's say it's like a small jutted outcropping that is enough cover for one person. Would that be stable enough, or would that just disappear very quickly?
It would. The problem with that is it doesn't involve your power, and neither does lawyer's strategy really either of hiding under a rock.
The thing is, our powers are not good for this situation.
They are not.
Can we skip this question and just say we have equal on this footing because we can't do anything?
Let's hold on. I want to ask Golden. So Golden,
Yes.
right now it looks like it's not that they're both bad, but they both suck equally in this matter.
Yeah, our powers are not good for this situation. Our powers are more are
Against
not as physical. They're they're more mental powers instead of physical powers.
yeah, they're more power-esque instead of brawl. It's more brain than brawl.
So Golden, I want to ask your opinion on it. What do you think on this matter?
The only thing I can really think of is a scenario, but with this scenario, it makes it even worse for both of them.
What is it?
Whenever the earthquake happens, because they're in a canyon, it's gonna cause like boulders to fall down on top of them. So not only are they gonna have to deal with the rain, but a couple of boulders when the earthquake happens.
Not to mention, it's not like they're in like a calm environment. Tornadoes and hurricanes are happening at once also.
Yes.
So this is actually pretty hectic.
How cold is it? How hot is it?
A good medium temperature. Good old medium.
You finally can't.
90 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what's
How
called.
strong are these tornadoes?
Again, not like Katrina level, but it will destroy the city that it goes through.
It'll pick you up easy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But we still don't know how much you weigh. But like, I don't think you can like weigh
Oh.
super heavy.
The tornado can and will pick you up. I'm gonna wonder how you guys get around that. But since you are in a canyon, it's tornado and hurricane are more reduced about this.
So,
It's mainly the earthquake you gotta worry about.
question about the tornado again. I think Laurier asked this question, but I don't remember what the answer was. Did you say that the tornadoes are happening in the middle of the canyon as well, or is
Uh,
it just like on top of the plateaus of the canyons?
on the top,
Okay, and we are in the middle, right?
you are in the bottom, yes.
Okay.
So they don't really affect you too much. The earthquake affects you hella.
I do have a
Is
question.
there water?
No, it's a canyon.
I have.
I know,
a
but
very-
there's a river in the middle of the Grand
yeah,
Canyon.
there is a.
Oh,
there
there's
is
a river in the middle of the Grand Canyon? I didn't know that. No
Yeah.
river, no. Lawyer,
No
you were
river.
saying?
Yes. Can I increase the recoil on the wind to hit the rocks to move it?
Yes.
Move the rocks.
Yes.
Boom, boom. There we go. That's what I can do to protect myself. I can use the wind increase to move the rain. Because if I cause an area of effect, right? If this rain's moving faster than normal rain, there's going to be a slight undertopping where there's no rain, and that's where I'll be.
So you're boosting the wind to create a windshield for you.
Exactly.
But you have to do it where the wind hits a rock and it bounces off.
Can I not just increase the recoil of the wind on the rain itself?
Golden.
Yes.
What do you think? Should Lawyer even be able to affect the wind at all? Because his power isn't a multi-area, it's a single target.
Wait, when did you say it was a single target?
You've only been able to target single things.
It-
You did affect a little area. You did affect a little area in the water.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is. Yeah,
That-
it never. That singular.
And that's
Person.
why I'm going to Golden. Golden, you think this wind is a translation into that into the water?
I'd say so. Like, if he's already been able to do it before, I don't see why he shouldn't be able to do it in the present right now.
All right. Then the next thing, you think that he has to like wait for the wind to hit the rocks to amp that recoil? Or can he increase the recoil that the water is hit on the wind? Actually, I think he can do both.
Yeah.
Right, here's a little tidbit. If you do increase the recoil on the wind, there's a chance you could shoot yourself harder with the rain.
True, but if I just have the rain go, if I shoot it quite a bit upwards, then it won't. Very little or none will get to me,
That's only if the wind is going upwards in that manner.
or not up. No, the wind that is moving in a different direction than me, I amplify it higher than my height. So then I'd have a good area of safety above me.
Where is the hurricane, by the way?
On the top,
On top, next to the tornadoes.
yes.
Are those powering each other, or do they counteract each other at any point in time?
They're not gonna counter each other, that's for sure. They're just kind of chilling. Lawyer, for that defense strategy, use like you're powering up a separate wind, right?
Yes.
Which is good because you can like basically sideswipe people with that.
Oh my gosh, I just realized what I can do in the actual game. Oh. Yes. Yes.
The problem is, Lawyer, that you don't like you're not increasing the you can't increase the general wind flow. You can only increase the winds that hit the water,
I
which
can
is
only-
hard.
Yes, I can only increase the hit. I can't make the wind. I can't make anything. I can like blow, but that mild push.
I would
Like that-
say that sorry, Golden. Golden.
What?
Oh, I thought you were saying something.
No, I wasn't.
I would say that, Lawyer, increasing the recoil when the wind hits the canyon wall or anything like that, and you increasing how far it bounces outwards, that is essentially creating a nice wind wall, which I feel would work more effectively than potentially hitting yourself by trying to hit raindrop after raindrop.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. That's better. Or no, if I cause all the wind to hit all the raindrops into the mountain, that would just cause it to trickle down.
It would, yeah, but the problem is hitting all the raindrops.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And even if you hit it, there's not a guarantee it goes straight away from you. What if you hit it at the very end and you shoot it downwards at you?
true. The
Or
wind
if-
wall idea, a great idea. Yes.
Super.
Yeah.
Do you still have no way to defend?
Best thing I could do is to do something similar to Laurier's original strategy of picking up like a slab of rock and carrying it over my head, so that the acid rain doesn't touch me.
Alright, so that's gonna suck. However, you do have your defense armor, which is a way that is keeping you safe.
Does my armor slowly
Wait.
decay?
I mean,
Do you-
yeah, but it's still good, don't worry. Yes, lawyer?
Do you have a reference image?
Do I what?
A reference image for the armor?
Nah, just assume like your normal super suit Frozone looking stuff.
So then I have a visor.
No visor.
Ozone?
No visor.
Wait, Fro-
Yeah, like from The Incredibles.
it
Insert...
has-
Oh, sorry, go on.
That's not that much armor. That's not armor. That's like a suit.
Yeah, it is. That's the armor, the suit. It's not like actual realistic armor where like, oh, I wear full plated armor and I can block a sword shot. It's like, this is super armor that makes me look really stylish and I can block the same stuff like plate armor.
Oh, I was thinking it was super heavy armor.
No,
That's-
like I said, super suit. Think super suit. Think Frozone without the visor.
Ah. When you said super suit after that, I thought it was like Iron Man. I'm like, oh dang, but no, it's like it's super technologically advanced. and all
Yes.
that.
Think of like Captain America's suit. And imagine that reducing damage.
Oh, so it's like
It's skin tight.
Yeek.
It's a little tight around the.
Okay,
crotch,
the
though.
design isn't that very important.
is it slightly uncomfortable?
It's a little uncomfortable.
It gives you a rash on your left leg. We're Golden.
I used the recoil.
I'm kind of sweaty.
It's like gone.
Golden, what do you think about this? Lawyer's wind wall and Super's rock. And his armor.
Wait, how close am I to Laurier?
I mean,
Or do
as
we
close
spawn
as
in-
you guys want to be. You're both in the canyon together.
No.
But Golden, I want your thoughts on this.
I will stop.
I feel like the armor is really doing great job for Super, especially since he can't really do anything in this situation.
Yep, a rock slide hits him. It's going to reduce damage. That acid rain, it's reducing damage. I really like it. I want you to take away the rock slide part. I'm kind of got no questions for the rock slide part.
So we're not experiencing rock slides?
No, you are. It's just I haven't asked
Oh.
questions on it yet. Golden, what do you think about that?
The rock slides, there's nothing much really to think about, or just like a simple question. It's just like, what do you do about the incoming falling rocks or boulders,
thing-
whatever it is?
Best thing to do is dodge them.
Mm-hmm.
Lawyer, do you have a way to use your power to block it? Like the
Block rock?
the earthquake and the rocks?
I could possibly amplify the earthquake to make the rocks bounce more. Yeah. I could just try to amplify the wind more to push even the rocks away, but they're probably giant rocks, so I'd have to avoid some rocks.
Big rocks, small rocks, medium rocks, lots of rubble.
Okay, wait. So if we're in a canyon, and
We'll
then
be
that
good by
then that means that the boulders that are falling are also bouncing off of like outcroppings and stuff, right?
Yes.
So that means that there's like at the base at least some safe space near outcroppings, because they're gonna be like at an angle, so they're definitely going to bounce off. They're gonna bounce down and then bounce off a little bit.
Well,
Which
keep
means
in
that there's
mind,
an area
keep-
where you can like curl up and hide.
That would be the case if it were just rock slides, but the rock slide is a symptom of the earthquake, which is collapsing parts of the canyon because it's an earthquake.
Right.
I do have a question. This is a vital question about my ability.
Go for it.
It's recoil.
Yay.
Is that just pain, or can I just amplify the distance only?
Example.
Somebody pushes somebody. Can I have them only make the push stronger and none of the hit hurt more? Or is it like completely equal? Do they have to have the pain addition recoil with the...
No, one or the other. If someone pushes someone, you can have them push them harder, or you could amp the force of them pushing back, which would be blowing out their arms. One or the other.
So I can either choose the rocks to go further or to collapse on impact.
Give an example on what you're thinking.
Rock hit ground, bounce higher, or shatter?
It's going to shatter either way.
I have a question about my power.
Yes.
So, let's say I want to, about Laurier's power. Let's say I want to like blind him, but not like do any damage to him. Just like essentially put a blindfold on his eyes. How much damage would that do to me? Like, let's say I just want to make it so that wherever he sees, it's just foggy, and he has a very difficult time being able to find out where he is and stuff like that.
You know those random pains that people get in their sides?
Yeah.
Like
I
that?
think so. Like, how intense would that be, though? I don't. Okay,
You're
not
not.
to, like,
It's dependent
brag or
on.
anything?
It's dependent on how much you use your ability. If you just cause like if you make like a little laser pointer, it's not really gonna hurt too much. It's gonna be like a little. But if you make like an illusion of a giant enemy spider, you are going to be on the floor and be in pain.
Okay, so let's say I just make like a little, a little strip of like very bright white light, and I just have it, a circle around Laurier's head so that he can't see. That wouldn't cause me too much trouble, would it?
It would, because remember, Lawyer. As long as that illusion's up, Lawyer can constantly damage you.
Yeah, but it won't be like, and it won't just be like I immediately lose my ability to walk or something, right? It'll
No.
be over time.
Yes.
So how? Let's say I did do that. How long would it take for me to, essentially, be unable to like walk or?
If you use your
Function
power,
like
it'll
that.
take a good couple of seconds for Lawyer to stop you, and you like stop using your power from the pain.
But I do have to
And-
say something. Can I bring this up, please?
Go for it.
We are in a hurricane, right?
Yes.
How much dust is in the air, and
Oh,
how much
fuck you.
wind?
I forgot. This is where the visor would come in handy, and you said I have a visor, so that means that the water droplets are hitting the visor and not my eye.
I said you do not have a visor.
But what is? Wait, uses his armor if it doesn't have a visor?
That is your fault for having to blink.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
not my fault.
Oh my gosh, you're such an idiot. Just remove your eyelids. It's as easy as that.
So hold up. Let's move on to the second question. Lawyer, how will you mess with Super?
The recoil of the rain bouncing off, the wind bouncing off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make that additional rain go to him?
No, you can only affect one thing at a time. It's either the wall or him.
No, can I make the wall bounce off to him?
Ah, no. You can only amp the existing direction.
All right. So I'll just have to wait till that lucky moment where it just,
Yeah, if he happens to walk into the path of it, you can go boom.
and then slice him in half with that acid rain, the rock, the rubble, all that at once.
I mean, I'm
If he's
fairly
running
sure.
it-
I'm fairly sure the rocks might get through that, but
Might get through what?
The wind
no,
wall.
the smaller rocks.
Oh yeah, smaller rocks. Yeah, the pebbles and stuff, like loose gravel, that'll hit him. The boulders, not so sure about that. But that is a good thing. Amping the recoil on the rain hitting, just in general. The wind
Also-
wall smacking him. Go on, yes.
My secret ability that I have just noticed.
Which is
I'm gonna throw rocks at him and increase the recoil of the rock
yeah, that works.
to make the rock go even faster.
It won't.
not-
It won't go
it
even
hit hard.
faster. It'll hit harder.
It will definitely hit harder than a normal rock.
Yep.
And that would be, I would only do that. I would only do that if I didn't have to, if I couldn't do anything else. Rocks falling on top of him, I could amplify those rocks hitting him. Or barely hitting him, it's gonna cause a bounce in the ground. It's gonna knock him off his feet. Including the earthquake as well. I could make the earthquake shake faster underneath his feet, specifically and only.
So you're really amping everything.
So if I could have my amp affect an area specifically, it would be an area around him. Basically, the area of calamity that would be happening. This specific, everything in this spot, which is centered around him, would just hit harder. It would hit harder.
Does
That's
his
all I
recoil follow me? Like, if I were to blind him, would he have to like refocus where his recoil is?
Yes.
Okay.
And now it's time to go to super. How would
Okay.
you mess with lawyer?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm obviously going to want to attempt to blind him as much as possible. So, first I'm going to do that, and then, I'm going to try and run up to him so that I'm near his like protected circle, and shit. From there, just kind of, after I'm done blinding him, I will blink away my illusion, and then, so that I'm not hurt, and then come back, bring back that illusion, blind him again, and then kind of like make it so that he kind of exits the bubble and is also in the acid rain, or like try and push him towards a oncoming boulder.
All right. I do like that idea of rushing lawyer because you got a point. Neither of you guys have offensive abilities to keep the other back. So there's really nothing stopping one person from walking up to the other.
What's stopping me from running away when he's trying to come at me?
My blinding light.
Your wind wall.
My wind wall? Stopping
Yeah.
me? Can I not just move the wind wall?
I see. Like you're moving with the wind wall. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, so I can simply, since we're on the Grand Canyon, I can simply have my hand on the wall and run, even if I'm slightly blinded. Which won't last. How long will it take me to be blinded? Like just instantaneously?
Yeah, it's like a good flashbang and like big bright light, and you'll be discombobulated for a couple of seconds.
True. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to do that constantly or a lot because
If it were constantly, there would be much more damage.
Yeah.
exactly much more damage to both of us. The rain, everything, the wind, rain, all that's gonna cause him to blink and me to blink a ton. It's a sand. Wait, is it also sandstorm? Would you consider it sandstorm as well?
I
it's
mean,
Grand
there's
Canyon.
lots of rocks, sand, dust, gravel. Yeah, not a sandstorm, but dirt.
Would it also be harder to see in general? Is what I'm asking.
Yes.
I
Him would I have to be to see him?
Well, you don't gotta like see lawyer. You can just have it activate where you're looking.
Okay. And then what, does the illusion stay there, or I have it like manually try and find a lawyer,
You can have it do
Yeah.
that too.
or
How
have
we
it
can-
automatically search out for lawyer?
But what are you gonna do? Keep your eyes open and then cause the sand to hit your direct eye?
That's
if that
fair,
happens,
but
He-
um,
gonna have to cause to blink even more because you got sand in your eye.
He
man.
is allowed to squint. He just can't blink.
Quint and like put a hand over my eyes as I try to run towards you.
Ooh, are you sure? Really? Having hands over your eyes while rocks are falling? That's not a good idea. You could get hit by a rock.
Uh,
while
like,
not-
oh,
Hold,
not
okay,
like
hold,
over
hold,
my eyes,
okay,
like,
hold up,
Right
everyone.
above 'em.
Let's hold up on that. Golden, I want your opinion on this. What do you think? What do you think about this?
The like almost makeshift off-brand sandstorm will definitely mess with Super. I don't know what to think of it.
What about the chase that's going on right now of Lawyer getting chased by Super?
Wait, would Lawyer trip at one point though?
If you can trip too,
Blinded. I know, but like I'm not as blinded as he is.
yes.
Let's see if it hit me first.
Now, either way, Lawyer gets blinded at some point. So yes, Lawyer would be more prone to tripping, and he is right. It is pretty difficult terrain at this point. Golden, I want your thoughts on that.
I have a feeling that like blinding lawyers, like it affects Lawyer a lot, because like what I'm just imagining something that could happen is just like Lawyer got blinded, he's like running away from Super, doesn't see anything, and then just runs
there.
like straight into a rock, just like running into a wall.
And not to mention, he is blinded. Kind of a prerequisite for Lawyer's power is he needs to see what he's affecting. Because it's kind of a prereq. You can't amp a chicken that's stomping in a direction that you don't know.
But if you already know the chicken's there, you know it's already stomping.
But it gets pretty weak if you're blinded like that.
Wait, so then would that affect his makeshift force field around him?
If he's blinded, yeah.
But how would I not know that there's wind? I'd always know that there's wind, especially in this circumstance. I would always know. Like, I would not even have to look for knowing that there's wind.
Give me a second real quick.
It's right there, and it's happening everywhere. It's like it's in the air. So
Okay, I'm back. So yeah, you can still affect it, but your wind wall will get weaker when you're blinded. You
Wait.
don't know exactly where and what direction everything's going, and yeah, you know the good idea, but you're blinded. You don't have that sense of sight to kind of help you out.
why can't I use my other senses? Hearing.
Because there's so much going on.
there's so much
rubble
going
falling
on.
There's a giant howling winds.
Not
If you've ever been in a tornado, you will know how loud that shit is.
either. And either way, even without the tornado, going off of sound would still be extremely hard.
Yeah, no, I
Because of the
realize
falling
that.
boulders.
Yes.
Meaning
Uh,
the sense of sight is very important for a lot of people because Lawyer, you're not a power that you can just shoot out beams and have their effect go out like Cobra, like season 1 hero Cobra. He can just shoot out beams blind. He's been blinded before and just randomly shot out beams to hit people. Lawyer and Super both do not have that luxury.
I do not, which is what sucks. I have to see my opponent to.
And Lawyer has to somewhat see what he's affecting. Granted, it's not a complete prerequisite. If he knows it's there, he can still affect it, but not to the degree that he can if he saw it.
I have a
Like,
question.
say I grab a bunch of gravel and then I throw it at you. I increase the recoil, which means if your eyes are open at that moment, they could quite literally pierce your eyes.
Yeah, that's a good chance
What if-
too. But
What if I like?
Lawyer, that's
what
actually a good example, Lawyer, to explain to you what's going on. Like, if you're blinded and you throw the rocks, you knew you threw the rocks. You kind of know where they're going. You know what to amp, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I do have a question though. If I sense, if their ability attacked me, and then I cause recoil on them, do I know where the recoil goes? Like, I know the ability went off. I used my ability. I know where they are.
No, you have to know where they are to hurt them.
Oh, so first I have to know where they are.
Yep.
All right. So basically, if I see you, if you see me, I'd be able to see you.
Right.
You use that on me, I take
Pretty much.
recoil on rocks and splash them in your general direction. Which, therefore, since you had to open your eyes at one point to see me, to cause that to happen, that could pop your eyeballs.
Would I be able to use any sort of reflective surfaces to essentially see where my I know this is like for a later thing, but if I were to ever find myself in a situation where I can use like reflections and stuff, would I be able to summon an illusion where the reflection is pointing at?
Give an example.
So like, let's say there's a mirror in front of me, right?
Mhm.
Like it's a tall mirror, and I were to look in front of it, I can see myself obviously, but I can also see where the light is coming from, right? Would I be able to summon the illusion back there instead of like immediately in front of me?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I just want to make sure. And are there
No.
puddles?
Puddles
No.
of acid.
Yeah, puddles of acid that reflect light.
There are puddles of
Like-
acid and a lot of dust.
They
Okay.
would not reflect anything because of all the
It
dust.
would not
it would be-
reflect well. Yeah,
So
fair
super. I want to ask again. How do you mess with Lawyer?
enough. Again, so at some point he's going to have to open his eyes again, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make as best of an illusion that I could possibly make right now of a boulder falling towards him, so that he dodges into out of where he is, so that he would have a higher chance of being hit by boulders.
Yep, that's a good point, Lawyer. You do gotta watch out. He could make fake hymns, fake boulders, tornadoes, gusts, mainly the boulders.
Why would I go from boulder to different boulder?
No, like basically get you out of your path.
Oh, my path. Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess that's true.
So let's move on to question 3. How well can you all counter the other person? Let's start with Lawyer.
believe-
So Lawyer, how are you countering how Super messes with you?
I do believe that I already said this, but like my main goal would be if I get hit by him, I'm going straight for the eyes, his weakness.
Yeah, if I were to stare at him for too long, he would probably know that there is some fuckery going on somewhere.
Even just a little bit, because I know your power. I
Yeah.
know what you can do. I attended that other match, so I know
Yeah.
exactly what. So-
Let's say I will. This is just a hypothetical question. If I were to make like a sort of outcropping once his vision's back, would that kind of like fool? Would that be enough to like fool him into thinking that, oh, this is not an illusion. This is like an actual outcropping. I'm gonna have to dodge out of.
Yeah, you can make fake outcroppings and all that.
Okay. Cool.
I'm not just trying to go. I'm walking away from you, which is main goal.
Right. And I am running towards you, which is my main goal.
Yes, and if you're are you running or are you?
Well,
dodging?
I'm trying to follow you as fast as possible without getting hit by boulders and stuff.
Hold up, let's resettle back. Lawyer, how can you counter Super?
Yes. I'm going for his eyes. I've seen his weakness. I know
Small
exactly.
target.
If I can pop his eyes, his power is gone.
So
Yeah,
like
not-
that's with like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
throwing
that's another
rocks at him and
question.
stuff, right?
Yeah,
That's another
con-
question I have.
Taking
If
gravel dot rocks, tossing at the eyes, tossing with that added recoil, it would eventually tear his eyelids and tear his eyes apart.
That's
Huh.
also another question I had. If I were to lose vision in one eye, would I still be able to use my illusions? Because I would essentially just only be able to see through one eye,
Yeah, you can.
and then okay, cool.
You
Um,
wouldn't be able to see.
yeah, it would be much harder to see. Yeah, but also, counter to that, I can pull. My armor covers all the way up to like my fingertips, right?
Yep.
And so eyes are a pretty small target. So obviously during this thing, I would have to like put my arm over my eyes enough, and every so often when I want to like create an illusion, I would have to like push it down. So would I be able to like tell? I would be able to tell when he's throwing like gravel at me, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Or would it? Okay, so then I would be able to like quickly put my arm back up to cover my eyes, um, and the gravel would essentially only be hitting the armor instead of me, right? How much damage would my armor take from that, and how long would I be able to block his hits like that?
Normally, you wouldn't be able to block too much from that, but because you do have the armor, you are able to go longer. So, yeah.
Counter to your counter, to my counter, you're going to be obscuring your vision.
Yes.
You could trip a puddle of acid.
No.
Oh, there's a
'Cause
rock
it's
right
not-
there that I didn't see because I was perfectly blocking it. That one
Hold up,
instant.
hold up, lawyer. Let's go to Super. Super, you were saying?
So it's more like putting my arm up to where he over my eyes, like at a small distance, right? I'm not covering my eyes entirely. It's like, oh, the sun is in my eyes. I'm gonna like if I were to look up into the sky, I put my hand to make like a bit of a shadow so that the sun doesn't hit my eyes and I can see better, right? So it's something like that. I wouldn't immediately have it like covering my eyes entirely. I would have it up in a little bit away so that whatever hits my arm misses my eyes.
Okay.
And I would still be able to see like down and up, but like things that are coming towards my eyes directly would have a harder time hitting them.
All right. Golden. Thoughts on these counters?
On the counters, they're going fairly well. I really like where Lawyer's going with the gravel, throwing it and then umping the recoil on that, trying to disrupt Super in any way, shape, or form you can.
And Lawyer does have a good point. Super will lose some visibility regardless. Hold up. Give me a...
I had a good idea what I can do. Even
Okay, I'm back. Hold up, Lawyer. But Lawyer was right. Regardless, Super loses vision whenever you cover your eyes like that. He'll have to instead of like moving his eyes to be able to look around and see stuff, he has to like turn his head to see more stuff since he's covering his eyes, which is pretty useful in this kind of fight. But that armor is still doing pretty good work for him. It's what's keeping him in the game, really.
Yeah, honestly, it's the only thing that's keeping me going. I'm glad I won that poll.
Not to mention, Super also still has many good points of the fake illusions, kind of blocking his things, making fake boulders, fake outcroppings, making him run into things.
Wait. If I'm blinded, how could I see the fake stuff?
You would have come back. You would have regained your vision at some point. So I'm not going to consistently try and
It's a move in his
blind you.
It's a move in his arsenal that adds to his percentage.
I see. Yes.
Yes, I'm not, because I know that if I were to immediately try and blind you, you would know that I'm using my power right then and there. So if I continually try and do that, I would be out of the fight within like a minute tops. But if I make like little fake outs, you won't know whether it's my power or if it's like real.
So, does anyone have any last things to say? Because I think we've got
Yes.
all of our stuff before we head out. Yes, Lawyer. Okay, Lawyer then Golden.
My main goal. Remember what I was trying to do. Run away from him.
Yes.
I would also. This is earlier, but I would be able to increase the wind recoil onto him.
If he
Because-
walks into the path.
Any wind.
I thought, but wouldn't you? But isn't like a single target area? So if you try to increase the wind on me, your wind barrier disappears, or is that just automatic?
No, that Super's right. You can only affect one area at a time.
I know I can only affect one area at a time.
It's
But
just
the thing is, if I'm trying to get away from him and he's already doing a ton of stuff on me, I could cause the wind to push him back farther than pushing. It's pushing me back a bit. I could push him back even more than I'm being pushed back at that moment. I could not increase the wind onto me because that is increasing the recoil onto me, which I can't do.
all right. Golden, you were saying?
So Lawyer, this is a question for you. You said that your main goal is to run away. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you like running away in like a circle, or are you just like making a straight line in one direction?
I'm going around the edge of the canyon.
So just like you're like near the edge of the canyon, just running in a straight line, right?
No, I'm running on. Okay, since I'm blinded, I have to be on the wall to deflect everything.
Essentially, he's running along the canyon line, holding an arm on the canyon, so he knows he's still on the wall.
You know exactly what I was talking about. Thank you so much.
Kind of.
So like,
It's kind of like when you're running through a maze and you follow the right side only. It's kind of like that.
to revamp my question, are you running in the same like northeast, southwest? Let's say that the side of the wall is going east. Are you just running east continuously?
Pretty much wherever the wall takes him.
Yeah.
Because something that we forgot to consider is that there's a zone in this match. So you
Oh
won't be able
my
to run for long.
God, you're right. I forgot.
I totally forgot about that.
I forgot the storm.
The storm.
Yep, the zone storm.
Zone.
Pretty much the whole play area will be constantly getting smaller, smaller, and smaller, meaning running away really isn't an option.
Oh.
Completely
Well-
forgot about that. Thank you, Golden.
You're welcome.
Well then, do we know the zone? Like,
Oh yeah, it's very visible.
It's blatantly obvious.
Blatantly
beyond
obvious. Think of Fortnite
close is the
Storm,
storm
think
to
of
that
Brawl
right now?
Star Storm, think of any type of storm that restricts anything, you'll know it.
Battle Royale. Any Battle Royale mode. Game. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
any Minecraft barriers, whatever you want.
Minecraft
PUBG.
barriers are invisible to survival players.
No, like the world barriers.
Oh yeah, those. Yeah.
Bedrock.
No, and Java. But
Yes.
Golden does have a good point. Lawyer won't be able to escape Super's vision for long, and eventually they'll be stuck together.
True. But then, like, it all comes down to who's more blind at the moment, and then who can push who out of the storm.
So
think-
Because if I see the storm, I'm going full offensive.
Yeah, and if I would also be able to see the storm, I would also do my best to blind him again, so that he has a harder time telling as to where the storm is. Or does this storm also like make noise, or is it just also covered up by like the environmental ambience?
does not make noise, is covered up.
Okay, so then I would also be able to make like an illusion of him out, like inside, make it seem as if he's inside the zone, but he would actually be outside.
Oh yeah, he can do that too. All right. Has everyone said what they? Does everyone think that what they said will make them win?
Let me just recap on some things before I go. I said I could amplify the natural effects, right? I said that
Yep.
already. Wind wall. Anything else? No, that's pretty much it.
All right.
So I would be able to blind him. He's running away. Once his vision comes back, would I be able to tell if his vision comes back because he would, stumble less and
No.
stuff? Also, that's another thing.
Oh,
At
yeah, that's-
any point does he trip?
You guys would pretty much both trip equally.
Okay. Okay.
The tripping percentage is equal, and then
It's
death.
it's like our Twitter polls, man. 50-50.
Kept on trying. Oh yes, I do have a question. Do you take?
Hold up,
votes
lawyer. Hold up,
over-
lawyer.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Muted.
Echo. You going?
This is actually
I need
questions
you
for
to
out
just pick them
of
up at
context, so
6:15.
I guess.
6:15?
I'll ask after the battle.
I'm fairly sure we'll be done by then, maybe.
This is fun.
Yep. I'm pretty confident. What about you?
Oh man, I'm feeling a little bit out there, but I know that my armor is gonna like protect me from a lot of like the damage that you will be able to do to me. So that'll keep me in the fight a little longer. So blinding you would probably be my best idea, and then once you're unblinded, storms like make you think that the storm is further away than what it really is.
We do need to know. Wait, crap. There's one more thing we do need to know.
Yes.
What's up?
We need to know how far away we are at the beginning.
You guys can start off like next to each other.
I want to start
we
off like
Have to, or can
20,
we choose
30
to
feet
start
away
off
from Laurier.
away from each other?
Still, normally that's all. That's what we've all kind of assumed, like 20, 30. That's still pretty much right next to them.
That's a good amount of feet, especially when it's super sandy and dirty, which means he probably wouldn't be able to see me from the beginning.
Yeah, how low is the visibility?
Oh,
Is it, like,
the
super
visibility.
low, or can I
You
still
can
see?
still see him. It's not like a sandstorm.
Oh, so it's like a little bit foggy, but not insanely so foggy that you can't see out past your hand, right?
All
I
right.
want a blanket.
Golden.
Okay, okay.
Golden. I want you in the judge booth.
Okay.
Wait, there was one more
And-
question?
Oh, there was one
I
more
forgot.
question. I'm sorry, I was muted. Let's go on.
How big is the area to begin with? And then, yeah, how big is it to begin with?
The whole area, like I said, big canyon, but I'd say a good football field's worth, maybe two.
Okay.
Only? All right.
And how well will my armor withstand most of this stuff, like to the end?
Your armor won't break. It won't.
My armor won't break till the end. Okay.
It won't
No,
break
even if
because-
I hit you with a bajillion lightning bolts, your armor's still gonna be there.
Awesome.
Oh,
So
gosh,
then
that's-
yes,
That's so good.
Perfect.
How about
that is so good. I will immediately like begin running at it. I will only.
It has
begin...
no
yes.
it has no durability. Just know that its defense reduction is also not the best. It's still pretty good.
Right. Yes.
So,
Yes.
so like, if he got hit by acid rain, would that burn him a bit? Is that what that means?
Yeah, it'd
Or
burn
is it
him a-
just-
Light off.
It burnt him a bit.
every drop is like, let's say you just
When
touch
someone
the-
can only spend a few seconds out there, he could probably spend a minute.
oh, okay, yeah, but he'll still be highly affected.
Yep.
So like, would you say at one point my recoil, like if I increase a recoil on a boulder to hit him, that the recoil could cancel out the effect of the armor and it'd just be a normal boulder hitting him?
I'd say it might even be more.
All right, that's good. That's good.
But-
that's good.
Golden, to the judge booth.
Okay.
I'm also holding a rock.
Oh,
We will be right back.
th-
Okay.
Hello.
So this is a lot closer than I thought.
Yeah. Especially with that zone too.
Yep. So who is your person that who you think is gonna win initially?
Lawyer seemed like he would take it at the beginning. Very, very, very good early game, but I feel like Super takes it in the late game, especially whenever they end up in that chase and he had like blinding and everything. I feel like he just has a lot more advantages to Lawyer's weaknesses
Yeah.
or like downsides.
I would say
disadvantages.
it would be Lawyer because remember this is still a defense match.
Yes.
Who can protect? We got to look at who can protect themselves the most from the incoming storm.
I would like to look at this as like a survival match.
A little bit. And how that is Super can only trick Lawyer into
Yes.
running into things, which is still pretty good. It'll make it hard,
Yes.
but he can't actually. Well, he can block. He can block a good amount with that armor.
If it weren't for the armor, I'd say that this would easily go to Lawyer. But it's that armor that really keeps him in the game.
Mm-hmm. Because that armor is reducing damage by a decent amount. But Lawyer has the wind wall,
Yes.
which is also helping him out.
Not to mention, with almost anything that hits Super will be amplified by the recoil of Lawyer.
Mm-hmm. Lawyer did bring up the good point that Super needs to blink.
And not to mention, like, dust in the air, wind because of the tornado, the constant running, all of this is, like, really bad for keeping your eyes open. You want to, like, have, like, a calm environment, standing still, focusing on keeping your eyes open, which is why staring contests are, like, the prime example of trying to keep your eyes open.
So let's think about their best and worst situations. So what's Lawyer's best situation?
At the very beginning, the really big boulder that comes and just squishes Super because of the recoil.
Yeah, because he can amp up any boulders from the earthquake that hit them.
Mm-hmm.
He can amp up the gravel that he throws at him, which essentially work like tiny shards.
And also one of the best scenarios is like he takes out both of his eyes to where his power is useless.
Mm-hmm. That boulder is really what's going to carry him.
Yeah.
Super's best scenario is...
Not early game, it's more of late game where he manages to trick Lawyer into dodging into either a lot of acid rain or even a boulder to where he dodges and then gets squished by the boulder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is tough.
Okay, let's do it more times out of not. Who defends themselves the best? Like, who takes the least amount of damage in this fight?
I would say it would be Lawyer, because Lawyer can overall ignore the acid rain, ignore a lot of the falling gravel coming over. He just can't dodge the big boulders.
Well, even if Super gets to do the same, if he was somehow able to neglect all of the acid rain and all the dust and all that, there's still Lawyer who's throwing the dust at him, dealing damage, and for every time that he can see Super activating his power, that's damage onto Super.
Mm-hmm.
Super doesn't have an offensive way to hurt Lawyer, while Lawyer does.
And he has to hope that Lawyer falls for a trick.
Otherwise, his only other goal is to drive him into the storm or the zone.
Mm-hmm. Like, that armor is definitely reducing damage for him, sure, but he can't actively reduce more. If he could actively reduce more damage on top of that, I would have given it to Super.
Yes.
But it's the fact that only the armor is reducing damage, and he has to hope that Lawyer jumps out in front of an illusion, thinks the storm's farther away, and not double check with his power that hurts you.
Yes. Because I feel like, for example, if like, let's get like a random hero like Cobra. If this was Cobra, it might have worked, because he doesn't have a way to check if it's an illusion, other than like, oh, I'm going to use my power and attack that thing to see if it's an illusion. But by then it's already too late.
Mm-hmm.
And while Lawyer has a way that, oh, he used his power, let me use my power to damage him. Oh, it didn't work, meaning that's a real boulder, and he's dodged it.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, the amount of time that's needed for that kind of reaction is very quick.
It's the fact that Lawyer's power is instant.
Mm-hmm. But even still, he wouldn't have enough time to do all of that thought process on a falling boulder. But
Well,
still,
yeah.
both of them can't really counter the boulders.
Which is probably why, the prime thought process for Lawyers. Okay, let me dodge the boulder and then use my ability on him, just in case if it was an illusion or not. I don't know. That's
Mhm.
like the prime thinking for Lawyer.
Meanwhile, Lawyer can straight up negate the rain and a lot of the gravel falling.
Mm-hmm.
But Super has to worry about amplified rain, amplified gravel, faster boulders because more recoil.
Yep.
And yeah, when the storm gets closer, Super's got more of the ability to like blind him and all that stuff. Well, that's another thing. Can Lawyer even do all of this while being blinded? I don't think Super can blind him too many times.
Not too many times, because probably initially that starts the chase, yes. But during the chase, there's not going to be that many times, not that many opportunities to blind Lawyer, because he's facing away from him the entire time.
He's going to be running from him the entire time, and yeah, it's going to get shorter. It's going to get shorter. Super needs to focus more on dodging, but he can't really do that
Yeah.
because he doesn't have anything to stop it. But but even if he did blind him, let's say he blinds him, and like Lawyer runs into a wall or something, then
Which
Lawyer
you
would
got
be
capitalized.
Lawyer would be taking more damage than Super in that point because of all the natural disasters.
Yes.
But then Lawyer can just damage him right back and get out of it.
Yes.
I don't think that Super's in a really good position here. Especially
Not
because of the
too
fact
much.
that he needs to blink, he needs to restrict his vision a lot.
I think he needs to focus on a lot more things than he can.
Yeah.
And
Like-
let's say, for example, that like he does drive Lawyer to the actual zone. What's that one saying? Like, don't corner a stray cat or so. What was that saying called?
Yeah, because Lawyer will just attack a bunch.
He'll go on full offense, so he just doesn't go in the zone.
And Super's situation is so more specific. He needs to blind Lawyer and hopes that he falls for one of his illusions
Yes.
while dropping his defenses so he would be hurt more. But Lawyer's wind wall is kind of a big reason why he's in.
Yes.
I think we got a winner.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Right, I haven't left yet.
We have the winner. So, the winner of this match was determined mainly due to the fact of how many options this person had. This person had more options than the other persons, and the loser's side mainly just had two specific of situations for this time to work. Gold?
The winner of today's match is Lawyer.
You
Oh my
faked.
goodness.
You faked out.
Yeah, you faked me. Yeah, you son of a gun. I was like,
Oh my goodness.
I
You,
I was reading his username, and so normally whenever you're saying something and you're reading something, you say the word, but then I caught myself like, oh, I'm not gonna say that. It's the other person.
Yeah, the winner's Lawyer. Don't worry, let's Lawyer.
just,
I
just
I
one time,
apologize
you just
for
say
that.
the winner. But they just all the judges are like, "What? No, you said the wrong one." Just to completely gaslight somebody, that'd be horrible.
Pretty much, it came down to the fact of Super's situations were very specific. Super needed to blind Lawyer, hope he fell for an illusion, and hope that he dropped his wind defense, as well as not hit Super back. All of that would put Lawyer in the situation where he takes more damage than Super because Lawyer's standing out in the open defenseless while Super has armor. And while that armor was good, it can't do everything. Lawyer could protect himself from a lot of the falling gravel, from a lot of the rain. He really only had to worry about the boulders, but Super also has to worry about the boulders. Yeah, sure, he'd have to worry about the illusions, but getting a good smack on Super with the power is also something. Bigger illusion, bigger damage too. And not to mention, Lawyer was amping the damage that these disasters were doing to Super. If Super had a way to block damage, it would have gone to Super because he had that block plus the armor. But Super had no way to defend against these disasters, and as you know, this is the defense category. It's how well you can defend yourself. Super just couldn't defend himself that well. So, 2 points to Lawyer. Lawyer, you're muted, by the way.
yeah, it's about time for him to go to swim practice.
Oh. Super, I do want to know, do you want to challenge him?
Of course, I want to challenge.
Is that like sarcastic or not? I don't know.
No, I mean it. I want to challenge.
Alright, so then Super, you know... Hold up. So, we got a challenge. Super, what aspect do you want to change? Do you want to change the canyon? Do you want to change the difficulty? Or do you want to change the storm?
Let me see. If I change the difficulty, will it go higher or lower, or is it just random?
Random.
it would still be a defense mission, right?
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go with location.
Location. All right, we'll be right back. Golden to the booth. We in the booth. All right, give me a number. 18.
We in the booth.
15. 15.
Oh, 15. Yeah, no, it says 6.
6.
Yeah.
The C has already been chosen.
Oh, 11.
A cave.
Oh. Meaning, oh, that's really gonna change things.
All right. What are your initial thoughts on how this would change things?
Every single natural disaster is negated except for the
Quake.
quake. Only thing is, instead of in the canyon where there was boulders, now there's gonna be stalagmites and a possible cave-in cataclysm.
Let's go.
Hello.
All right, super challenged. You are no longer running from natural disasters in a canyon. Instead, you are running from natural disasters in a cave. This
even is the cave lit up at all?
very dimly. Let's just say
Dimly.
there's some light producing air in there and it's dimly lit. It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to see outside.
So is it like moonless night, or is it like a full moon?
Oh wait, last time
Looks like
we
it's
did a cave fight, they could see. So yes, you can see. It is lit up.
Awesome, cool.
So you are running from pretty much all the natural disasters are negated except for the earthquake, which is now much worse.
Okay, that is fair.
So
And they still have the
super-
armor, right?
Yes. How will you? You got one chance to talk. How will you defend against these?
Will I defend against the cave falling on top of me?
Stalagmites, stalactites, cave-ins,
Right.
just normal
Oh.
gravel.
This one's even harder to defend against. Shit. Don't really have anything I can do with it. That's true.
Well,
I don't have anything to defend myself with. I think I lose on that aspect.
all right. Does anything change based on the location now?
I think what changes is more like me trying to fake Laurier out a little more often than before. Like make it seem as if there's more stuff falling on him than what there really is, or less stuff falling on him than what there really is, so that he goes into more dangerous areas of the cave.
All right, and remember, the cave area is still shrinking. Lawyer, if you're there, excuse me, lawyer, if you're there, do you have anything that could help in this defense?
He says he can only do text.
All right. I can focus on hurting him for his stuff more. Yep, that makes sense. Yep, like now that there's less to worry about, mainly just the cave, he can really light up Super for using his power now.
Would he have to specifically see as know where my power is, or is it just like a blanket?
He just needs to know you're using it.
Oh, he just needs to know I'm using it.
Lawyer, is there any way... Yep, and that goes through armor. Lawyer, is there any way that you can defend against the new cave-ins? Or has anything really changed? Yep, so for both of you, has anything really changed because of the situation?
I think what changed more for Laurier is that he can't use the wind barrier,
Mm-hmm.
so he's also susceptible to the cave-in as much as I am, unless he goes for making it the recoil worse on me.
All right, all right. All right, so he can increase the cave-in against super. That does make sense. Now, Golden, what do you think holds up more, the armor or the cave-in? Golden?
Probably the cave-in. The armor would help reduce it, but I feel like he's still gonna take massive damage from the cave-in because
But so is Lawyer at that point, because neither of them can dodge it really well.
I don't think a normal human being can survive a cave-in.
Well, also the stalagmites and the stalactites.
The stalagmites or whatever, whichever one is hanging from the ceiling, I feel like the armor could block it pretty well. Still gonna take damage, but I feel like the armor can block the majority of it.
What if Lawyer boosts it?
It might be a normal stalagmite, stalactite, whichever one or even more.
Super? You were saying?
How high is this cave?
Not very high. If I'm talking Minecraft thing, it's like 3 blocks high.
Oh,
8 blocks high or 3 blocks high? I didn't hear you.
So, not very high. In fact, it could very well trigger claustrophobia.
Okay, so it would be like at most like 6 feet, 7 feet high at the most.
Yeah.
So then that means if it's like stalactites, they wouldn't be too far away. And how close together are these stalagmites? Because if he's going to try and
Oh,
like,
I severely
cave in his
I
head?
severely misread the dimensions. My bad. More like double. 14 feet, more like. Fairly
14
decently
feet.
sized cave.
Okay,
My bad.
because I was gonna say if he's trying to like smash those on me, I would have plenty of time to like step out of the way, especially because they're just like right next to me.
Yeah, but so
Um,
can Lawyer.
Yes. And I think, once again, best thing I can do is head towards the Lawyer, so that that way he's also in the area of effect of the stalactites falling on top of him.
He's got a point. He's got a point, Lawyer. You got nothing to push him back, and being closer is a bad idea. So, what do you have to say for that, Lawyer? That's okay, he's typing. Throw rocks again. He's still got the point. He can still throw them at you. That is an offensive ability keeping you back. And the things. Okay. Alright. Stalactites. Alright. As a spear, you know, he's got a point there. Lawyer can very well pick up rocks, snap off stalactites or mites that fall or anything like that, and use them as basically
the
bats.
If the stalactites fall, how much would they break?
Oh,
Or
they
would they
they
still
pretty
be-
much shatter, but there are mites too, which you can break off.
Okay. In that case, if he's going to try to throw rocks as to where I am, I'm going to blind him, blind him consistently. Every time like his vision comes back after a couple of seconds, blind him again. And that way he would have a much harder time finding as to where Yes, but it's not an incredibly powerful pain. It'd be like, oh, I might stumble here or there, but I would have a higher chance of dodging the stalactites and the things that you throw at me, especially because you would have a much harder time seeing as to where I am.
Well, he says, then I hurt you more. It's a lot of them, though. Super's kind of got a point. Super's saying he's taking the damage from Lawyer, so Lawyer is blind and cannot dodge all of the caving stuff, which is a pretty good idea. Does anyone have anything to say before we head back into the booth?
He
Just got this one practice. All right. Now I can actually speak just for a bit until I have to change. All right.
Don't worry.
This is a cave
Yep.
during a earthquake.
Yep.
We're both gonna die. The chances of like overall survival is low. Like even if this was normal.
It's a question of
this-
who dies first.
It's who dies first. And if I can increase the shake, the cave in, if I can cause it to happen at his end before my end, it'll cave in and kill him first.
I don't really
If I can
think
just if I can start it,
the area would be the area's way too big for that.
we can increase like oh. Well, wouldn't stalactites be falling as well? Would
Yes.
they already fall for it's an earthquake? Would
Yes.
it all have phew. So they wouldn't be if they fall on us, I can increase the recoil onto him by just looking.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's worth it.
But
Alright.
you would
I
have
could-
to be able to see me, and you can't see me if you're blind.
I think that everyone has said what they want to say.
I can also do whatever I did last time to blind you again. Remember that?
Yeah, but you would have a much harder time hitting me because there would be stalagmites, the ones that go up, in
Well, I
the
mean,
way.
they already all fell.
I will.
The ones that are going up, not the ones that are going down.
Okay, so Golden, you and me head to the booth because I think both people have said their piece and both people think that they will win. Am I correct?
Okay. Yes, I do believe
Wait,
that
there's
as
still
well.
gravel. There still is gravel, right?
Yes.
I can still grab that and throw that. Nice. All right.
Any questions,
I-
Golden?
I'm just gonna stop talking.
No, no questions.
Super, any questions?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Golden, booth. I clicked on the wrong thing. All right. So, who do you think wins this one?
It's really a tough one, tougher than before. Normally you would think like, oh, a cave is just a canyon, but with a roof. So obviously we'd go to Lawyer. But I feel like the defensive part is a lot more in Super's favor for this one.
Yeah, a little bit because at first I was Lawyer
Yeah.
because he can make the stalactites fall harder, or at least hurt more. He can still use the gravel ability and all that stuff. But Super can blind Lawyer. In a cave, that's really bad.
Yes.
And Super is right. The damage he takes from Lawyer is way less than the stalagmites. And with Lawyer stumbling about blind, not really being able to see, like, Super's gonna get dirt in his eye.
Yeah.
Or get attacked, which he negates a little bit of the damage of.
The makeshift off-brand sandstorm that the canyon provided is no longer in here.
Mm-hmm. And even though, like, the cave-in will happen at random, Lawyer won't be able to dodge as much.
Yes.
And because Lawyer won't be able to dodge as much, he can't defend himself as good as Super can.
One of the greatest defenses that Lawyer had last match was mobility.
Mm-hmm. And it's a cave, not exactly that good, and the area is still reduced, slowly going down.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like, Super can tank a hit Super can tank a hit a little bit from the stalagmites. Granted, Lawyer does kind of cancel it out. The problem is seeing that at first. Stalagmites won't fall immediately.
They'll hang off until completely broken off, causing a delay, and then just fall all the way down.
Meaning that that's a lot of time for Lawyer to get blinded.
Yes.
And for Super to take damage. The thing is, Super's going to be hurt, but Lawyer is going to be discombobulated. At least a decent amount, a good amount. Enough to lose the challenge.
Yes.
Do we have the winner?
Who is it?
Super.
Right?
Super.
Okay.
Still is double or nothing. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
So,
Alright. Coming out after this, we've decided that the winner, the winning strategy was pretty much in favor of their odds. Both people were pretty much going to die at the same time, but this person's ability was able to kind of tilt the scales ever so much in their balance, ever so much in their favor. And that was just a slight enough increase to be able to use. Go ahead.
The winner of today's challenge match is Super.
Hey!
I didn't mess it up this time.
Yeah, you didn't fake me out.
No, you did. You did mess it up. You said the wrong name.
Uh,
Oh,
Pretty
wait, no,
much.
I mean Lawyer.
Pretty much it came.
I'm joking.
Pretty much
This
it
is the-
came down to. It came down to the fact of that. Super had that armor, and it was right. Taking damage from Lawyer didn't matter so long as they didn't get destroyed by the cave-in. Lawyer would have to be able to avoid the blinding shots, keep themselves out of the cave-in areas, and amp enough of the stalagmites that are going to hit Super. But Lawyer doesn't increase speed, just the damage it does on impact. Meanwhile, Super is going to be blinding Lawyer. Lawyer will not have good sight in this cave, which is bad.
Yeah.
Grant and
I do believe his blinding effects is better than mine. Because I'm just throw pebble.
those pebbles did some good work too. You know, they would be able to make him blink. The problem is he's not doing one continuous illusion. He's doing small bursts,
True.
which
And my ability would also only hurt him for just small bursts.
exactly Super would be in pain. Lawyer would be semi-blind. And because of that, the earthquake would manage to take down, and more times out of not, Lawyer would not be able to dodge the stalagmites or the cave-in. Super would be able to dodge around enough, also not dodge the stalagmites if Lawyer buffed it. If not, he could probably take one, but also die to the cave-in. Meaning, more times than not, Lawyer dies first. Another challenge won. So far, all of the challenges have been won. I'm starting to think that something's wrong here.